Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. Let's see what's going on today. Oh, by the way, dark match after last night's Raw in St. Louis saw Daniel Bryan defeat Randy Orton with a running knee. Bryan then cut a promo after the match, but Orton laid him out with the RKO to end the night. The original plans, by the way, for WWE Tag Team titles had Cody Rhodes and Goldust winning them at Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but Vince made a decision on Monday afternoon to do the title change on Raw. Usos versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust was currently planned for Hell in a Cell. So that was going to make 2 cells, but right now they've only got 1, except, hang on. By the way, WWE taped the following matches last night in St. Louis. The Arrow and the Superstars, Damian Sandow taking on Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler taking on Big E Langston. Odd, we don't see hardly Dolph at all. Well, he must have done something bad to get himself in trouble. So anyway, there's reports of WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair finishing up a stint in rehab, which is why he's back taking bookings now. Story goes that Flair's been telling people he was resting in Florida with his daughter, but that's not the case. He was in rehab. Dave Meltzer on F4W Online reports that WWE wanted Flair to go into rehab, and he told his friends he didn't go, but that don't mean that he didn't. Shawn Michaels, by the way, is reportedly going to be on Raw next week. And WWE previously planned to have just one, like I said, 1 cell at the pay-per-view. But Vince made the decision on Monday afternoon to have Ryback versus Punk and Paul Heyman in the cell. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, you know there's going to be a bunch of running and hiding and everything else from Heyman. And as of Monday afternoon, Bray Wyatt would not be wrestling in Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but it could change, if he heals real quick or not. But word is that he's going to be kept out out of the ring anyway, for about 4 weeks. If you see him walking down the ramp, like next Monday or something, he's getting a lot better. WWE mentioned NXT star Xavier Woods in the Big Show storyline because they were looking to bring him back to bring him into the main roster. And he's been recovering from just a minor injury, but WWE officials have been high on him for quite a while. And Woods tweeted after Michael Cole mentioned his Twitter petition to bring back Big Show on last night's Raw, and he says, Professor Xavier is a smart man, and Michael Cole knows that. Let's bring back Big Show, sign him up. And before Raw, WWE had the petition on their link on their website, but Cole mentioned it, and the article was removed, and the idea that Triple H had banned the petition from WWE went on. No word yet on when they plan on bringing Xavier to the main roster, but should be soon, I would think. Got a few people out for injuries. Tonight's WWE main event SmackDown taping is going to be taking place from the Sprint Center in Kansas City, Missouri. And confirmed for the main event is Ziggler taking on Ambrose for the United States title. Confirmed for SmackDown is special appearance by Punk. And remember, it says well, I don't know why they called it a special guest appearance, because he's on there about every Friday. Well, by the way, the Usos, who had previously earned the WWE Tag Team title shot, they tweeted last night about how they want their shot back now. And they tweeted that they could see new champions, they would see new champions, Goldust, Cody Rhodes, soon. Sound like a threat. And The Rock is in talks with making an action movie called San Andreas. That sounds familiar. It's about a massive earthquake hitting California. And The Rock would play a man who must make the journey, across the devastated state to rescue his estranged daughter. And after finishing up Hercules last week, The Rock flew straight to Atlanta and began filming Fast 7. Now, there's a few movies that The Rock is in that, like Snitch, he doesn't have to have a muscle on his body. That don't even sound like he's going to have anything to do with being a strong person. It's just the father. We'll see. WWE will return to the Scott Strage Center, St. Louis on January 17th, 2004 for a live event. Pre-sale began last night, I guess, and you want to get the password and maybe get in there a little better seat. It's called WWE STL. Previously reported the documentary on the history of WWE and Blu-ray will have a running time of about 3 hours. That's incorrect. The documentary runs 2 hours and takes up the whole first disc. WWE, of course, I never did say that. I thought the history of WWE was going about 9 hours. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, some people out there may be broadcasting false information or just not right. WWE is now hiring a supervising producer for WWE Network, so it appears they're still planning to do something with that thing. And the supervisor producer will be responsible for overseeing creative and production of all original series content for the network. If you ain't ever done that, it's a bitch. Hey, due to All Japan PW, Pro Wrestling, not honoring their contractual obligations of medical care after being injured at AJPW, he says, I am retiring from wrestling. That's what independent wrestler Low-Key, known as Senshi and TNA and Cavill and WWE, announced his retirement on Twitter. Magnus, I didn't know he was still wrestling, but anyway, Magnus, of all things, has been dating Mickie James, as of lots of other people. Anyway, they've been dating for quite a while, and he announced on Twitter that the two have decided to separate. He says, only tweeting this to prevent rumors and speculations. Mickie James and I are not an item anymore, no drama, just different directions. TNA'S will have competition this coming Sunday during Bound for Glory pay-per-view when the Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning goes back to Indianapolis to play his former team, the Colts. NFL game. The NFL game is expected to be one of the highest rated Sunday night NFL games of the year. Happy birthday to one-time hardcore champion Joey Abs, 42 years old, and being at that age, he's down to one ab. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.